fades back, and there's the throw. It goes long, down the 50, the 40, the 30. There's the catch.
Doing everything you think of. The way I work, I'm on the brink of. Doing numbers like a brink truck. There were days where I barely had sleep, but I had to work more than competition. I can't live like the opposition, living everything I dreamed of, doing everything you think of. The way I work, I'm on the brink of, doing numbers like a brink truck.
The 40, the 30, there's the catch, and he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media, and welcome to the second edition of the 2023 Roots Awards nominee list. Really exciting night the other night. Just had a good time just being able to just say all those names, show their schools, rep those student athletes, and just give them the credit that they are so due. Again, just want to start this show off by saying that, we can't make 8, 9, 10 nominations for every single award. There are so many good student athletes across Greenville and Greene County that it's just impossible for us to name all of them in a given award show. We do our very best to choose the 3 or 4, and in some rare cases, 5. I will make the caveat that I did make that note on Facebook and also on Instagram and even on Twitter that there is a note that should have been made, an addendum that should have been made in the last show. Those year-long sports awards, there could be athlete names or moments, games, things like that announced and added to those nomination lists after spring sports are over here in a couple of weeks. Obviously, it's going to be really tough to put, especially something like a moment of the year because, who knows, somebody may hit a walk-off home run in softball or baseball to win a state championship. That would certainly need to be a nomination for moment of the year. So there's certain things like that that we may. It doesn't mean we will. It just means that we may add some names or moments, games, things like that to those year-long awards. So think of your male athlete of the year, best game, best moment, breakthrough athlete, all of those things. Could be, doesn't mean there will be, just means that there could be. So with all that out of the way, I will tell you that once again, we are nearly out of tickets. I think there's less than 40% of tickets remaining, maybe even less than that at this point. So get your ticket. I've already given my spiel before. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that today. This is going to be a much shorter show. We have 4 award categories that we're going to reveal nominees for. We have female and male wrestler of the year, and then female and male basketball players of the year. We also have bowling that, it could go as a winter sport. We're not going to name nominees for bowling until the next episode, as well as there's a couple of other awards that we'll name in a second or a third video. This is the second video that we'll name in a third reveal video. And then finally, we'll have our spring sports reveal coming up in about a week or so's time after we get closer to the end of the season. We're very hopeful that there will be numerous teams and individuals across Greenville and Greene County who will qualify for the TSSAA Spring Fling. And, hopefully there will be some good games and good teams and good athletes that are attending and participating in the Spring Fling in just a couple of weeks there for state championships. So certainly it's something that Greene County and Greenville, we are blessed with, is to every year we have to make scheduling arrangements and things around state tournaments, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, volleyball, tennis, track and field, you name it. We have wrestling. We have all kinds of different athletes and teams that are competing for state championships every single year. We are blessed, and I've said it before, and I will continue to say it over and over and over again. Certainly blessed in this area, and we are thankful that we get to be a company who sheds light on that and gets to continue carrying that torch. So this week's show, not this week's, but this particular show, going to be much shorter. Much shorter indeed, and hopefully we can get this in and you'll be able to see this. And if you've not purchased your ticket, you'll go get it tonight, because I'm telling you, if you wait until Saturday, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. And I know some of you have said that, well, I want to wait until I see if my child is a nominee first. I'm telling you, if you do that and you play that game, I've already mentioned everything that I've mentioned in the last show about how we'll work with you and things like that. But I'm telling you, if you wait, they're going to be gone, and then there's nothing we can do. We've been hounding it until we're, really, we feel like we're being annoying almost. But we're just trying to give people ample warning and opportunity. We have about 35 to 40% tickets left, so you better get them while you can. But with all that said, let's jump right into it. We have 4 awards. The first award we'll get to is Female Wrestler of the Year, and the nominees for Female Wrestler of the Year are Jenna Baines, Greenville High School; Allie Shelton, Greenville High School; and Ryan Johnson, Greenville High School. Thank you to USAVE Auto Center, who is this year's Female Wrestler of the Year sponsor, for this award. Just an absolutely terrific team that Greenville had this year in female wrestling. Just a terrific team. Greenville wrestling is just known, and I know that we have some great wrestlers. I know that in the past we've had state champions from schools across Greene County, but this year these 3, Jenna Baines, Allie Shelton, and Ryan Johnson, they are our Female Wrestler of the Year candidates. Well deserving. As next up, we have Male Wrestler of the Year. Nominees for Male Wrestler of the Year are Hunter Mason, Greenville High School; Carson Dupill, Greenville High School; and Colin Dupill, Greenville High School. We want to give a shout out to School of Morton in Chuckey, Tennessee. If you've never heard of School of Morton, you can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Facebook. They do a lot of live shows on every other Sunday night. You can go back and watch their videos. They have a lot of really good content and exciting things. I think honestly that these names speak for themselves. I mean, it is no doubt that Greenville High School had a terrific year. In fact, state championships abound, and it was an exciting time. Not only was Greenville at the state tournament, but West Greene was at the state tournament, represented there, I believe, and I could be speaking out of turn, but just really good. And I think a lot of times one thing that I really, really like about doing these awards and covering the sports that we get to cover is that there has been a history, and since Coach Clinton Hahn has come to West Greene. Now, I can't speak for other schools across Greene County necessarily because I'm not that knowledgeable about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But since Clinton Hahn came to West Greene High School back when he came in 2008, I believe it was, whenever Joe Case moved from Morristown West to West Greene, he came in as an assistant football coach, and he started helping with wrestling as well, and now that's kind of his deal. Wrestling at West Greene has been extremely successful, both female and male. They've got a couple of state champions. They're constantly in contention for region titles and contending for state championships, and just really done a really good job of building that program from the ground up. But one thing that a lot of people may not know is that Greenville wrestling, for a very long time, for a few decades, has been just a dominant program. Not even in just this area, but across the entire state, they've been a dominant program, and this year is no different. And so our 3 Male Wrestler of the Year athlete nominees are Hunter Mason of Greenville High School, Carson Dupill of Greenville High School, and Colin Dupill of Greenville High School. As we move forward to our Female Basketball Players of the Year, and the nominees for Female Basketball Player of the Year are Kinsley Ellenberg, West Greene High School; Sonia Wagner, North Greene High School; Jordan Roderick, South Greene High School; and Lauren Bailey of Greenville High School. Again, Lots of really good athletes on the list there. When you see those names, it's a who's who of Greene County basketball. You were constantly seeing their names as stat leaders for their individual schools. And again, it's tough for us, and I say it every time, and I will continue to say it because I know that we get the comments and everything else, and it doesn't bother me at all, because if we're going to have an award show that's worth having, there can only be a set amount of nominees, and there can only be a set winner, and people are going to have different opinions, and people are going to think differently than us, and that's totally fine. You're welcome to that opinion. But at the same time, it's so difficult for us. It makes our job difficult in this area because every team has a couple of athletes. Every team, not just every school, but every team at the 5 schools has a couple of athletes that you could make a case should be considered a nominee for each of the awards that we put out there. But we make the nominees that we make, and then we select the winners that we select, and we're just happy to be able to do what we do. And again, the 4 athletes that we have here, they're ones that you saw week in, week out. You heard their names called if you were at the game. They were constantly scoring. They were constantly grabbing rebounds. They were constantly, known for their good defense. It was just all the time there was something going on. But again, there are several other athletes, especially in basketball, the major sports, football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, those major sports that a lot of people go to and a lot of people follow, and they know. They're like, well, what about this person? What about that person? It's just when you pick 4, it's tough. There are a lot of other athletes that are going through my head right now that are like, man, they're really good. Man, they're really good. And it just makes our job more difficult, but it also makes it fun because, that means that next year there's going to be a potential for a completely new crop of names. And so we're excited. We want to say congratulations to Kinsley Ellenberg of West Greene High School, Sonia Wagner of North Greene High School, Jordan Roderick of South Greene, and then finally Lauren Bailey of Greenville High School. And our final nomination reveal of the day of this second video, we move forward into the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the nominees for Male Basketball Player of the Year are Leighton Fry, West Greene High School; Jason Britton, North Greene High School; Christian Derry, Chucky Doak High School; and Trey Thompson, Greenville High School. Again, strong class of basketball players in boys basketball this year across Greenville and Greene County. And, you see these names here. These are, again, names you heard all the time. We think back to the Leighton Fry, Jason Britton battles a couple of times this year. Just the way that Christian Derry dominated in the paint with his size and his ability to affect things. And then Trey Thompson coming on board as just this incredible talent as a freshman at Greenville High School, and then just playing the way that he did. Just an incredible season for him, and then obviously for all 4 of these athletes. It was a great year in basketball across Greenville and Greene County yet again, and we were blessed to have the rivals and the battles and the talent, and it was so spread out. It wasn't just on one team. It was so spread out across Greenville and Greene County, and you got to watch good basketball all year long here in again, just basketball in Greene County. And truth be known is that a lot of schools across Greene County, not just in basketball, but in football and other things, other main sports that people follow, some of these schools are young. Some of these schools have younger rosters. They're not senior heavy or even junior heavy in some cases. They've got a lot of freshmen and sophomores who are giving a lot of minutes and contributing a lot of meaningful minutes to their teams already. And so, again, in a year, 2 year, 3 year time, we're not going to see. It's not. When I say we're blessed in this county, it's not that we're going to see, we're not going to see like a year or 2 year span where we don't have the problem where it's hard to select nominees or select a winner, because you just have class after class after class after class in many, many sports across Greene County that are just literally top-of-the-line athletes. And so it's always going to be difficult, and there's always younger talent that's coming up and replacing, and it's, a lot of the Greene County schools, and not in every sport, but a lot of the Greene County schools, they're just reloading every year. And sometimes it changes the identity and the complexion of their teams, and so it changes how they are successful and what they do to be successful. But year in and year out, they are successful, and it's just a testament again of the types of athletes that we have in Greenville and Greene County. And so that's the 4 nominee reveals that we have for today in this second video. Again, we have bowling and cheerleading that will be coming up in a later video. And then finally, all the remaining awards that have not been named after the third video, mainly the spring sports, especially the ones that are continuing on into spring fling and beyond. Those will all be made in a week or two, or a week or so. We won't say a week or two. We're going to try to get those done sooner rather than later, because we do know that some people will wait to see if there's a if their child is a nominee before they purchase tickets, and understandably so. But at the end of the day, there are people out there who they don't care if a child of theirs is going to be there. They just want to come to the award show. And so the tickets are the tickets. The number of tickets that we have are the number of tickets that we have. So again, we want to thank Greene County Express for sponsoring both the female and male basketball players of the year. Also, we want to thank USAVE Auto for sponsoring our female wrestler of the year, and School of Morton Professional Wrestling School in Chuckey, Tennessee, for sponsoring our male wrestler of the year. That's going to do it for this show. It's going to do it for this edition of our nominee list. Again, get those tickets. Get them as quick as you can. Spread the word. Tell people all about it. Tell people about the awards show. Tell people, share these names out. Give these kids the press that they deserve and the acknowledgement that they deserve. And we look forward to June 3rd. Another note is we've been asked and we've answered it, but we'll answer it here as well. The start time for the Roots Awards on June 3rd, Saturday, June 3rd, is going to be at 6 p.m. there at the home place. So we thank you for being a part of it today. We thank you for joining us here, and catch us next time here on Grassroots Media.